Hello, everyone. I'm Melissa Pylypchuk, and I've been an ICF credentialed coach over the last decade. And I've transitioned from an ACC level coach to a PCC about 5 years ago. And now my work is primarily delivering coach training programs and working as a mentor coach and supporting coaches towards their ICF credential. So my goal is to help coaches toward their ICF professional credentialing and help make the process valuable learning to enhance the coaching practice, not just studying for the exam, and overall to help simplify it for you. So in this video series, I'll share what to expect for the content and structure of the ICF credentialing exam. I'll discuss how to apply the core competencies, as well as review sample questions and talk about what to look for. Today, I'll start by walking through the new ICF credentialing exam and help you start to think about how to prepare to be successful. So this exam replaces the former ICF knowledge assessment, and what coaches will now see is a little more rigor to the process. So who needs to take the exam? It's any coach applying for a first or new credential. And this exam is based on the ICF core competencies that came into effect the summer of 2022. And what candidates will now see is an increase in the screening procedures. So if you're taking the exam, they're really upholding high professional standards to the test taking process and for a fair exam. So in the preparation courses that I offer, we will dive deeper into understanding the breakdown of the domains into the ICF 8 core competencies, and in particular, what behaviors show demonstration that the coach is being consistent and what the coach needs to know for the exam. In the 3 hours of test taking, the coach is going to have 2 sections with a 5-minute break in between. So in the first 87 minutes, the coach is going to complete 41 behavioral judgment style scenarios, each with 2 parts to the question, determining the best and the worst approach by the coach. In the second section, in 85 minutes, the coach will complete 40 scenarios, each again determining best and worst. This works out to be roughly 2 minutes per scenario. So of the 2 questions, best and worst, which doesn't leave much time for the coach to sit with those particular questions if they're tricky or difficult. So it's moving fairly quickly. Candidates will have the opportunity to flag certain items. So flagging allows the candidate to revisit certain items before exiting the exam, or reviewing any unanswered items before exiting the exam. However, from many who have taken it, including myself, there isn't really much time to sit with those questions or go back. You really need to be able to decide and move on. In each scenario, there's going to be 4 multiple choice options in which the coach is going to select the best and the worst. And there's more than one reasonable response. So the coach's work is going to be discerning along a spectrum of where those 4 options fall. When reasoning through your decision for best and worst, the coach might want to consider some of these different lenses to think through. So the first is going to be inquiry versus telling. So is the coach asking, or is it more of a telling approach? The autonomy. So is the coach allowing choice, or are they more directing or leading? Is the coach being honest and open, or are they not disclosing something? And is the coach acting consistent with what is really best for the client? Or is the coach acting on their own agenda or their own goals in the conversation? So in my next video of the series, we'll look deeper at some sample exam questions and breaking down what these look like in multiple choices and how to reason through best and worst with the situational judgment style of questions.